What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesome Show. Today we're looking at the new Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Finster action figure. Now this was an Amazon exclusive and overall just looks pretty cool. So unfortunately we don't really do too many single characters by themselves for Power Rangers, but because we don't really have anything else available, we're just going to do Finster by itself because, I want to get this open and look at it and stuff because I think he's so cool. Of course, one of the classic henchmen from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and is the creator of the putty and all the monsters and stuff. So he comes with that sort of stuff. So he comes with a bunch of tools and everything for creating monsters out of clay, and then we even have some putty designs in the clay and everything down there, as well as a suitcase for them to go in, and we already have a gray design one in there that these actually fit inside, which I think is really cool. So just overall looks very nice for Finster. We have the picture there of him on the side and a better picture there around with some of the tools and everything on him, and then the case there showing the putties and all that. So just looks super cool. So this just looks awesome and a really cool figure that I'm excited about. So let me go and get him out of the box and we'll take a look at it together. So I got Finster out of the box and he looks really cool. So Finster is an alien sculptor henchman for Rita Repulsa that creates monsters and weapons, and he sculpted the monsters and putties out of clay and cooks them in his Monster-matic to send them out to fight the Power Rangers. So he looks pretty cool overall. I just really like the look and design of him. Looks pretty cool. I like how his got the designs with the branches and stuff going into him, which is pretty weird because me, even when I was younger and stuff, every time I saw him I always thought he was the dragon from the Neverending Story, Falcor or whatever his name was. Just that's what it always reminded me of, because he has the face that's more dragonish and stuff with that has this beak design with the little curl up on top of it, and then all the hair and the all white body. Just like I said, that's just what it always reminded me of. But he looks pretty cool just overall with his design. You can see his eyes there with the glasses on that sit on his nose, which is pretty cool. They're actually pretty nice and lined up and everything, so that's good. Has a nice blue headband there around his head, keeping, I don't know if it's his hair or what it's supposed to be, but this all back here in a point, which like I said, it looks like it's branchy and stuff, they're on the end of his ears and everything. So I don't know exactly what he is, what he's supposed to be made of, but it's just a pretty interesting design. He has some earrings there on his ears. Pretty interesting just face design just overall for him. And then the rest of him is pretty much, just a basic body. You could pretty much put any head you want on this, but it looks like he's got a gray shirt on with what I'd call a heavy leather apron, for working in shops and stuff, being around stuff with fire and all that. So that's what it looks like here, just in this nice blue color, but you can see all the tools hidden. So it has this little flap down with all sorts of tools on there, scalpels and scrapers and all sorts of stuff. I like the red details on it. Even has some armor there up on his shoulders and ties around there in the back. But then you can see lower down he has more tools and stuff. So it looks like an angle. It looks like maybe a compass of some sort and some measurements and things. And then areas where we can store some of the tools he comes with. But then you just got black sleeves coming down with some gold there. And then his hands, which again have more branches with leaves and stuff sticking out of it. So again, whatever kind of creature he is, he's pretty weird. And then underneath he has some gray pants as well, going into the black shoes that have little points at the ends of them and stuff. So very weird creature overall, but I just absolutely love this look. It's very unique and interesting. So very nice looking creature, and they carried out the figure pretty well just overall. But for its movements, the head can twist all the way around, so pretty good. You can look down that far and up that far, so pretty good overall there. And his mouth opens and closes. You can open his mouth and see his teeth in there and his tongue and everything. So pretty interesting. I like having his mouth open like that. It looks pretty funny, but you can just open and close the mouth there. But then we go to the shoulders. So shoulders can come up to 90 degrees, rotate all the way around, and then it has that butterfly joint there as well. We get a single elbow joint that bends to 90 and has the rotation built in there, and then we get the wrist that twists around and flex. On this one is an up and down flex. We have a ab crunch in the middle, so you can crunch forward, crunch back, so not much crunching there, but it can twist all the way around there as well. And then his apron's going to be in the way quite a bit, but we can get his legs, can't really go forward too much because of the apron, but if we get it out to the side, we can see it kind of lifts up there, but it goes out to the side, so he can pretty much do the splits there. We have a thigh twist that twists all the way around, a single knee joint that bends to 90 and has the rotation in there. And down at the foot, we do have an ankle twist, so right where the pants and the shoes meet, twist all the way around there. And then we have the foot that flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So he has some limitations, especially with the apron and then the single joints, but overall it doesn't really inhibit him too much. He still moves pretty well for everything. And then of course he comes with a bunch of accessories, as you kind of saw in the box. So first off, we have some additional hands. So again, his hands with the weird leaves and stems and stuff coming off them, but he has his hand in different poses for using different tools and weapons and stuff like that. So very interesting. We have those hands where he just has the two grip hands there. Well, I guess first off, we have a magnifying glass. So a little magnifying glass on a necklace here that we can put around him. So it looks pretty interesting, nice design. design there with the gold and then the red necklace piece. So let's go and put this around his head. I believe we have to pop his head off and then put this on and put it back. So let me do that. So there it is around his neck. And with his overall like head design stuff, it helps kind of keep it laying down there and everything. So it just sits there right on the front of him. So he always has his magnifying glass available. And we get some weapons that we can then also store on his apron. So like first off, we have a rolling pin here. So it looks pretty nice. So it almost has like a wood design into it, but it's all silver. So pretty interesting that it's silver, but you can see it's got like a wood texture design in there. And then the two brown handles on the side. So you can either put it in his hands to have him roll, or we can just put it into his apron like I said. So we have this section over here that looks like it's maybe better, so you can just take it and maybe slide it down in there like that, so it'll hold it there. So pretty cool. As well as we also have this like putty knife or something. I don't really know what you'd call it beyond that. It just reminds me of things used for like drywalling and stuff, but it's this nice like swirly handle, which is weird, and the nice blade piece, but has the nice tip curled up there at the end and the nice brown handle. So very weird design just overall, but this I'm sure you can squeeze it into this side over here. So let me try and get it in. So I was able to just slide it down in from the top here, just slid all the way down. I'm sure you can switch these around if you wanted to. They like don't necessarily have to be like this one goes here and this one goes here, but I just know that's where they fit, and I think that's where they show them in the pictures as well. But they just fit in there nicely and don't fall out or anything. So it's nice to have like nice storage area to actually put stuff in, and it keeps it there and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we also get a little sculpting knife, so it just looks like almost like a pencil or something here, just a little knife piece with a blade at the end of it there. So again, to be sculpting with the clay. So this is going to be hard to get into his hands. I believe that's what you can use like this other hand for. You can like try and get the blade into his hand and stuff there. Not really sure exactly how I want to do it, but I may try and put it in and get this into his hand. So let me try and work around with it. So there I got the sculpting knife in his hand. So again, just holding it there like that. So it'd be like he's working on something, sculpting it. And finally we get his little chest here as well, which nice design, you know, it looks very like woodish and stuff, but all gray, has nice details and everything on it. But again, it does open up. And as I kind of showed, we do get some of the clay putties in there as well. So again, before they're baked and everything, which are kind of falling out here, but we have one that's permanently like indented in here. So it's all gray there and everything. So it's made in, has the little ball hand. And then we have two here, one with a ball hand as well. So it's again, all like clay-like in brown. So pretty cool. And then one with like the pointy, I guess, blade-like hand or whatever. So you can have these out so you can like put them in his hand, you know, use the sculpting brush like he's actually sculpting them, or you can store them in the thing here so they just fit right in there. Pretty nice and stuff. And they have the sculpting on the other side as well. So when you fold it up, they fit in there nice and perfectly. So I'd like this a lot, and getting the little tiny figures is pretty cool there of putties, which is awesome. So we'll just close this up for now and maybe just stick this in his other hand. So there I just put the case in his hand there. So I like this because now you can pretty much have everything that he has with him stored, so it's nice and on him and everything. The only thing you just have are the additional hands there, but all the tools and weapons and everything are now in his hands or on his body, and he's got it all there nice stored together, which is what I love about action figures. I like when they can just hold everything that they came with. But now that we have Finster here, we can add him in, of course, with all the other evil space aliens. So let me throw him in, and there we go. So I threw in Rita, Goldar, and of course one of the putties that he would have sculpted. So that looks very cool just to have them there all together. So now all we're missing really is Squat and Babu, and we pretty much have all our evil aliens from season 1. That looks very cool there, and like I said, I hope eventually they do make Squat and Babu, because those are the two I'm looking forward to the most. So that just looks awesome, being able to add Finster in with the other characters. But that's going to be it for our Power Rangers Lightning Collection Amazon exclusive Finster figure that I think overall is pretty cool and definitely a very awesome character to get. I love the sculpt, the look and details, everything are just amazing on this figure. And then just that they actually made him, which would be a character I figure they probably would never get around to making, I think is really cool. So I just absolutely love this figure a lot and can't recommend it enough. But let me know your opinions down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. And I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.